Let's make some more borders with Google Drawings. So from my Google Drive, I'm going to click on New, go down to More, and click on Google Drawings. Now I'm going to make another page border. So I'm going to change the size of my canvas by clicking on File and Page Setup. I'm going to change this from Standard to Custom and put in the dimensions of the size of a paper, which is 8.5 by 11 inches, and hit Enter. And now I've changed my drawing area to a letter size piece of paper. Let's title this border for right now until I figure out what kind of border we're going to make. Last time I used shapes and did the rectangle shape and then changed some of the lines within it. On this one, I'm going to select line, but right now I'm just hovering my mouse over it, and I'm going to actually click on this drop down arrow beside it to select what kind of line I'm going to use. I think I'll use arrows today. So now I'm just going to draw a straight line and let go of it. And as you can see, I've got the little arrow tip at one end, but I've got options to change that up. So if I want to look right here, on a line, you can change how the line starts and how it ends. So I'm going to look at the line start, and I might make this a square. And the line end, I'm going to turn into another square. And I think that's pretty small, so I'm going to change the weight of it to 4. And I think I'm going to keep it a straight line. Oops. Let me hit undo. Sometimes I forget that I'm still in the line or drawing tool. I actually have to click the arrow to use this as a selector tool now. So I'm just going to center this, probably bring it down a little bit. And now that I've got the line placed where I want to, I'm going to hit Control C and Control V to copy it and paste it. Then I'm just going to bring it down to the bottom of the page. And now I've got part of my border started. I'm going to do another line. Instead of an arrow, I'm just going to do a straight line. And I'm going to connect from this box down to the bottom. And make sure that's a 4-point weight. Go back to my selector tool and see if that looks right. Since it does, I'm just going to select it again and Control C, Control V to copy and paste it, and then move my new line over. Okay, so now I've got another style of border that I used by using lines instead of shapes. But if I want to add to this, I might change my lines and make them dotted. And apply that to all 4 lines. If I change the weight to an 8 points, that's definitely easier to see. Oops. And do that for all of them. Then I'm going to go back to the shape, and I'm going to select the rectangle again. And I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to draw a rectangle around the squares. Get rid of my fill color and make it transparent. My border is black. The weight on this, I'll do a 4-point weight. And deselect it here. So I think I'm going to have to move my other line in. So I'm going to move this over. I'm going to take, it's actually, My new shape is above or on top of my other lines, so I'm going to move it out of the way first. And I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to try to center these dots in the boxes. Now I can move this line back, or this box back, and I like that look a whole lot better. I'm going to go back to shape and select that rectangle again. And this time I'm going to go down to the bottom corner of that square and draw another rectangle. Let go, change the fill color to transparent, and change the border weight to a 4. And now I've kind of made more of a frame, but it's a thicker border. So I might call this border dashes or dots. These are dots. Border dotted frame, and then hit tab to save. So that's one frame or border. I can click File and Download as a PNG, and that will save it to my drive. If I don't like the look of this, I can delete everything and start over. But you have several design options just by utilizing the line tool and the shape tool. So I might make another border that has rounded edges. I think this one is perfect to make frames for that frame up smaller pieces of text within a resource. I'm going to change this to an 8-point border. And then I've got this started. I'm going to go back and select another shape, the same shape, and I'm going to bring it on the inside and make it transparent in the middle. Change my weight on this one to, I guess I'll do another 8. And see if I make it look a little different here. I'm going to use my guidelines to make sure I'm centered. I want to make this a little bit bigger. Still not happy with where it's at. I'm going to move this over some. And now I've made another border. I should have opened up another drawing, but I didn't. But I can still save this one and call this border with, I'll call it border curved with dash dot, and file, download as PNG. So when I go to my drive, they appear in here. I'm going to take this other border dotted frame and move it in there since I've downloaded them. And those are some other options for using lines and shapes to create borders or frames in Google Drawings.